Well, if there's one thing we can all do to ensure better health, it's to stay on top of our annual physical exams. Women are far better at scheduling these exams than men by a whopping 33%. Dr. Sristi Sharma is back with us, one of your specialties, preventive medicine. So do all people need an annual checkup? What if you're feeling fantastic and you're not have that many years on you? Should you still do it?
Well, that's, as a preventive medicine physician, that's one of my favorite questions that people tend to ask me. Do all of us need an annual physical checkup? The answer is subtle because, yes, we do, but maybe not for the reasons that we think we need an annual physical exam. It's less about, getting a whole bunch of tests done, but more about establishing that relationship with your physician so that you know what your baseline health is at. And the second part of your question is, do we need to see a physician when we are feeling fine? Actually, that's the best time to see your physician because that's when you know that this is your baseline. Also, remember some of the diseases like high blood pressure or high sugar, those do not manifest themselves early on. They are more subtle.
What about blood work?
Blood work, like I said, everybody needs a few blood tests done, maybe annually, but it all depends on your risk factors, depending on, where you stand, your age group, again, whether you are at risk for illnesses.
Let's talk about the age group. Let's say you're 35 or 40 or you're 60 or 65. Should you have more physical exams or stay on top of it more if you're older?
Most definitely, because you're at a higher risk as you age. Now, for someone who's younger, the focus of annual exams, annual visits is more about establishing a baseline, making sure that you're getting all the preventive health care on time, making sure your mental health is good. It's more about prevention when you're younger, and when you're older, it is more about, screening for diseases, screening for cancer, finding out if you have illnesses that can be caught early on.
Let's go back to what I said at the top. What's up with men not wanting to go in? I know so many guys are like, I'll deal with it when it comes up. I'm like, don't you want to know beforehand?
Yeah, you mentioned that statistic where women are more generally, they tend to see their doctors more. I think it's not so much as a a man versus a woman thing, but more like how you perceive your risks. For some reason, I guess men do not perceive themselves to be at higher risk.
Tend to be a little thick-headed on these things. Talk to me about vaccines. Vaccines have become very political from a medical standpoint only. Do we need to stay on top of all that? Is it something that if you do it or you don't, it's fine?
Vaccines are one of our biggest success stories as far as medicine and public health are concerned. We absolutely recommend vaccines if you are at risk for certain diseases. For sure, everyone should be getting, annual vaccines like the flu vaccine or COVID boosters. But then there are also very age-specific vaccines that you should be getting depending on what age you're at. Younger people have a whole list of vaccines that their pediatricians recommend. The older you get, there are additional vaccines that you would get other than your annual recommended vaccines. Of course, if you have certain diseases, you're immunocompromised for whatever reason, there are specific vaccines that you would need.
Absolutely. Dr. Sristi Sharma, thank you for coming by today. Appreciate it.
It's our pleasure.